I know that Joseph would have wanted to comment on the fact that he is concerned for the victims and their lack of closure in this case, and the fact that they are still seeking justice for the terrible murders of their family members. I'm not going to go through the details of the case or the history of my involvement in the case, although it does span over 10 years. I won't comment too much about the searches for the evidence. I guess I'm going to speak more on Joseph's behalf and about those slow wheels of justice that have been referred to. Joseph filed over 22 pro se motions during the years of his incarceration. 36 years if you count after his conviction. I would count the time that he was also incarcerated for the murder before he was tried, so closer to 37 years. He appealed his case to what was then the highest levels. He was granted a pro se motion for DNA testing in 2003. It's incredibly uncommon for a pro se motion for DNA testing to be granted. So that's where the defendant files their own motion for testing. In 2003, the search for the physical evidence in this case was ordered. That's 11 years ago. 11 years it took of searching for the evidence for it to come forward. There were repeated requests for searches of evidence from both of the clerk's offices, of law enforcement, of individuals who were involved in the investigations of the DA offices. Over years and years, we got affidavits and statements saying nothing existed, and yet when the commission staff was able to gain access, it took them a matter of days to find things that could never be found. I have no doubt in my mind that if the searches had been as adequate 10 years prior, we would have more of the evidence that is currently missing, including the rape kits that were taken at the time of the autopsies, including the clothing that was collected that Mr. Sledge took law enforcement to, that would positively confirm that the blood on that clothing, the small drops of blood, was his blood from his escape. I'm grateful that the process is moving forward. The evidence that was presented over the last 3 days, in my mind, just confirms what we've been saying for many years, and that is that Joseph Sledge is absolutely innocent of the murders of Josephine Aileen Davis. We look forward to his being declared innocent and his freedom. Joseph has chosen to go through the Innocence Inquiry Commission because he wants that word innocent next to his name. He's waited a too long of a time for that word to be next to his name, and he intends to stay with the Innocence Inquiry Commission process through a 3-judge determination.